Okay, so
there we go.
There we go. Let's just give it a little bit. Let's just give it a little bit. But I'm hoping we're live. I'll check
I think we're live.
Go
ahead.
Go.
What's up, MMA Maniacs? Welcome to another edition of Split Decision, your COVID quarantine edition. Social distancing between me and Dennis. He is in Modesto. I am in Escalon. We are in two separate counties.
Okay, yeah, it's going.
Yeah, so it is a weird week to do a show. Obviously, no show last week because we didn't know what the hell was going on and if we were allowed to do a show. But we worked some things out.
Man,
Ice cream man is loud.
Is it? I'm sorry, I can't turn down the mic. I'm out back, bro.
Oh, it's so good. So let's get over. Let's look at. I mean, there's no fights happening, so there's nothing to recap.
There's a fight with a guy in the ice cream truck.
There's nothing to preview other than inviting the media here soon over UFC 249. But let's get into the big stories that are happening.
I'm so tired of all the MMA Karens out there. If somebody wants to have a fight, let them have a fight, Karen. Get off Dana's back. This is ridiculous.
He is not happy about this, man.
Submission Underground happened, right? Sub 12 went down?
Yeah. I saw that, but I couldn't log in. So did it happen? Did you watch the stream?
So what are you saying? They're just going to put out some scores or something?
I mean, so yeah, let's talk about Dana White and unhappiness with the UFC 249s. Obviously, he's saying he has found a location and that it is going to happen and that the MMA media needs to get off of his back because he cares about the fighters more than anybody else. I mean,
I don't even know. I'm sorry. Is it all allowed? I'm trying to find out where my mic is.
It's so loud.
It'll be gone soon.
Will it?
Hoping.
Will it? Who keeps stopping them? Who keeps stopping them?
I don't know, man. This is real. I feel like the news I watched this morning, from some guy's living room. It's wild.
All right. So Dana White's saying that the thing is with my fighters, when they're with me, they're getting the best medical attention they could possibly get, even better than if they're home by themselves or whatever the situation is. I've reached out to everybody, not just my employees that work for me, but even the fighters too. Even if their loved one needs something, I'm here for them. And this fight, UFC 249, will go on. Fuck these media guys. A lot of these media guys are fucking scumbags. And you know this fight is happening April 18th somewhere on planet fucking Earth. And I'll let you know.
I mean, dude, obviously he's going crazy. Revenue, nobody's making any money right now. And as much as he's going to get write-offs. He's going to get bailouts. Everybody's getting bailouts.
I mean, originally this was supposed to be going down, obviously, in Vegas at the center, and City of Las Vegas was like, no, none of that's happening. So then he's like, well, I've heard Russia. I've heard on a boat somewhere. Like, I've heard this thing is going to happen. And like I said, Dana White says he has 3 locations. I don't know where my camera, there we go. 3 locations. But he's not telling anybody what, because I don't think he wanted to get in trouble. This is going to be like the gender wars where nobody knows where it really is, and then all of a sudden we're going to get a live stream.
That kind of seems like, I don't know. When you say the other thing, it's like they're just making it up. But I mean, I think he really wants this fight to happen. It might be like one of these fights where it's the only fight that happens that night. Have you even thought about that?
I was going to ask, would you pay full price for that?
It's one fight. I mean, what one way to make a hell of a lot of money. Everybody would watch it. There's nothing else going on.
I mean, you got Ngannou that's saying, I've been tested for COVID and I don't have it, so I can fight. Find me someone who else has been tested.
So that's the clearance now. Get yourself a COVID test. But I mean, honestly, I think that's how they're going to send us back to work. You're going to get tested for the COVID antibody, and if you got it, you can go back to work. You're going to have a work card. We're straight going into social.
There's some weird stuff going on, man. It is definitely strange. I mean, then he's saying things like what else is he saying? That all the fights that they had set up, that they're going to be rescheduled, but we're definitely going to get the Khabib fight going. Like, that's their big thing, is like all the other people that were on the cards and all the other schedule, we'll get those eventually.
Yeah, it got me all freaked out about the ice cream truck, but I guess he's gone now, so I can leave my mic live now. I forgot. I like when you're pointing at the air. People, this is brand new stuff too. We got to get through this. But yeah, I don't. It's hard for him to come out and say anything at this point. Nobody knows what's going on. I really don't believe that they're going to let people travel freely. They're locking down on travel even more.
I mean, they're saying that Khabib, though, is stuck in Europe, that he can't even leave Russia because of this whole thing. So that's why it's putting this fight even more in jeopardy. And allegedly, Justin Gaethje has been offered to fight Tony Ferguson for an interim belt.
I hear a lot of stuff. I want to see some things, and then I guess we can go from there. But I mean, at this point, is it real?
Would you be okay with Justin Gaethje fighting Tony Ferguson for the belt if Khabib can't leave Russia?
Again, I'd be down to watch anybody fight. So whatever they have to do to get a fight going, that's a fight that we've asked to have. That's a fight that we wanted to see anyway. So but I mean it's hard to say. I want a fight. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, we're definitely running out of things to watch on Fight Pass, and we need some more live fights. We need to bring this up to something. I mean, Bellator in the news right now, canceling their next 3 events all the way to May 29th. All of their events are canceled.
I mean, right. You can't travel. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about any of this. It's hard to get a hard line on anything. I mean, besides this sport, I mean, they're talking about the draft. They're going to do some weird digital draft. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, man. We're in such uncharted territory, and I mean, like with you and your business, it's changing daily. What you can do, what you can't do, what you're supposed to do.
I can sell alcohol to go now. We just got the okay 2 days ago. Originally, it was cocktails only with food or beer, the same size we normally sell it. Now, 2 days ago, I got the okay. I can sell shots. I can sell growlers full of beer. I mean, it's as long as it's in a sealed container, I can sell it now as long as it's in my inventory. And originally they said no delivery, like none of the delivery services, no. And now they're saying, well, as long as you give a copy of your liquor license number to the driver or sign up, and we'll have all that information so that if they get pulled over, they know where it came from, knowing that it was legitly bought. Like, it's just getting crazy. Like, they're just going to do whatever. My question is, how do you go back?
Well, they're like, okay, we're back to because right now we're in prison rules. So after prison rules, they're going to say, okay, no more prison rules. Either that, or they're going to erect gates, and we're all going to assume our section. I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
this is weird.
You got your favorite league, man. PFL is done. They are indefinitely on hold. So indefinitely no longer around. I mean, that's just how I read it.
They're on pause, man. Everybody's on pause. Disney said indefinitely. They're talking June 1st, but they said indefinitely. Not saying the two companies are close to each other in size, but still. What are you going to do?
Well, one guy that is out there just living his life like it's normal, not even caring. The big news story of this week / end of the weekend, Jon Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Jon Jones got pulled over because officers heard shots fired.
Yeah.
And then they pulled him over and they said, have you been driving around? And he said, yeah. And they said, are you planning on continuing to drive? They're like, yeah. Have you heard anything about these gunshots? No, I don't know what you're talking about. And they go, you seem intoxicated. Can you please step out of the car? All right. Have you had something to drink? I had a drink. Go through the whole gambit, put him in all the sobriety checkpoints or checks that they would normally do, and end up arresting him for a DWI, driving while intoxicated. He did take a breathalyzer. He was 2 times over the legal limit.
But I mean, what's their legal limit? 05 or 08?
I think it's 0.8.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but
I just know some states have gone to 05, so being double over the limit would be like, I don't know, 3 shots an hour.
You're still over the limit. Yeah, they found a half bottle of mezcal, and as a matter of fact, Jorge Masvidal's mezcal behind his passenger seat.
That's a hell of a commercial now.
And then they found a loaded handgun tucked underneath the driver's seat. So they took that in for forensics to find out if it's recently been fired, if it's been participated in any crimes other than shooting out the window, obviously. And Jon Jones is like trying to be like, look, I was driving around because and I saw some homeless guy and I talked to him like a person because I'm a good person and I'm still driving. And yeah, I had a drink. Like, dude, it was great. And like DWI, unlicensed firearm, no insurance, open container. Why? First of all, I didn't even know Jon Jones.
Jones going to McGregor.
Jones is going to Jon Jones. Jon Jones is going to Jon Jones. I mean, come on. Like, he already has the DWI. He has the hit and run against the pregnant lady. He has the possession of cocaine. The steroid things don't count because that's not legal. But, I mean, those other things. But I didn't even know you could own a firearm if you had a felony.
Hey, until recently, I didn't know you could get a big cat for $2,000. But that's a whole other thing, bro.
That's it, man. $2,000.
$2,000. I wanted a big cat, bro. That's something all in itself.
But yeah, so he got arrested. Again, all these things. Now, this is the thing that blows my mind. I mean, it really doesn't, because this is Jon Jones's luck, I guess. Jon Jones, first of all, they tried to blame the officer that arrested him, because the officer that arrested him was the same officer that got him earlier this year or late last year for street racing, for drag racing. And they said that now he is profiling Jon Jones and he is out to get him. You know, like he's just following him around, waiting for him to do illegal shit, and Jon Jones just can't help himself and does illegal shit. So they pull him over. Like, I don't know, officer, but here nor there. Secondly, go ahead.
Did you watch the video? Yeah. Did you watch the video? Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, Chael Sonnen saying they embarrassed him. Obviously, he was intoxicated.
They embarrassed him.
Why do they got to make him go through all the sobriety stuff? Why do they do that?
No, and I like the people that are like, well, why do they have to film it? It's like, because that's what you wanted. When people were rioting in the streets, you wanted body cams. This is everything you guys asked for. This is exactly what you wanted. Don't be mad about it. Because if I'm a cop and you make me wear the camera and I got some footage, everybody's seeing it.
And it's the same thing with like gun laws right now. I mean, you want to go further into that. I have a friend that owns a gun store, and he's like, people are coming in being like, why do I got to wait 10 days? Like, I can't give you extra money. And
that shit was real.
Can I give you extra money and get it early? What do you mean there's a limit on ammo? What's happening?
Oh yeah.
Can I return it when this is over? No.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people come out. You know what I mean? People I wouldn't even think who'd want a firearm. They're like, hey, I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that. Remember, we're all against 2A. We have too many guns. I can't just have another one out there. And you can just see it in their face, and they look at me like, no, but I need a gun now. It's like, well, should have seen you down at
next time.
The gun shop, you know? Why, you scared? Don't have trust in your common man?
But yeah, so Jon Jones, get this now. He's been released because the court system is shut down due to the pandemic, due to COVID-19. He was able to hurry everything up, pay his fine, and he's on a 4-day house arrest. First of all, we're all on a 4-day house arrest, Jon Jones, not just you. We're all on 4-day house arrest, and this shouldn't even count.
This will be the realest house arrest Jon Jones has ever had. This will be the realest.
and a 90-day probation. That's what he's getting. They're dropping the gun charges. They're dropping the open container. They're dropping the insurance. And he's going to get 90 days probation in a 4. Everybody's already on house arrest with you. This is ridiculous that this is what's going to happen.
Got it. But again, it's the time that we're in. Everybody knows this. I don't know. It might happen. I mean, we've seen 23-hour rehab, right? Wasn't
right,
it?
right.
2330. This man had to do 2330 rehab, not 30 days, 23 hours, 30 minutes, the hour if you count the paperwork in and the paperwork out. And then so what he just did he even do a day? I get it. A lot of people DWI, DUI, no. They don't do a lot of time. Yeah, I know. You get bailed out.
Yeah.
I got some 5 and 6 time offender buddies. I mean, you probably do too,
This is the second, right? This is the second that we know of, plus the gun charges. Like, how many chances is this guy going to get? I mean, this is ridiculous, man. Does the UFC do anything?
It has nothing to do with fighting. I mean, literally, I hope we get a group of fighters. We're like on, Ace Ventura Pet Detective 2. They brought, there's a Tommy Davidson in a cage. They open up the cage and let them fight. If that's what we eventually get to in the UFC, then that's what we have. Just caged animals who come out. They can't be in society. They can't live life normally. You know what I mean? Because look at the champs. Look what's been happening with the champs. I mean, they're in a high testosterone sport. They're sitting there beating the crap out of them all the time. I mean, what do you think's going on in some of these houses where mom and dad are fighters or in the fighting game, and they're just locked in a house with their kids? And I'm not saying anybody's beating their kids or anything, but I mean, it's got to be tense.
Definitely. It's like that video that I think Eric even sent me. It's been going around where it's like you're in quarantine. Choice. You can be A, with your wife and kids, or B, and the guy's like B. He like doesn't even hear the option.
Yeah, I seen it with some old lady. Yeah. And then she was like, she's looking at her husband. She's all, oh, B. Yeah, definitely B. Well, I haven't even heard it yet. No. Yep, B. That's where I'm going.
So, and then the other story we have going on during this whole thing is the Ashley Evans Smith story. Now, this thing is apparently she went to pick up a dresser that was for free on OfferUp. Right. When she got there, there was a box next to her, the dresser, with just random stuff in it. So she took it. She thought, oh, This lady's throwing in extra shit with the dresser that she wants to get rid of. Got to the car, left. The lady says, hey, that had medical supplies for another friend of mine that was going to come after you at some point. You weren't supposed to take those. Now, she claims Ashley Evans Smith never returned her texts or her calls about this. So she put it up on social media, went to TMZ, started blowing it up, making a big deal. Ashley flat out admitted, I blocked this lady because she started messaging me and being kind of weird before she mentioned the medical supply thing. I'm not famous, but people know who I am. There's a lot of people on the internet that do this kind of thing where they either send you gross messages or try to attack you. She's like, I just blocked most of them. So once we figured out what had happened, we returned everything. And this lady had said that she only returned half the stuff. Ashley Evans Smith says that she had already donated the stuff. So I don't know. It's pretty strange, her going back and forth. Of course, the internet goes crazy. She was on Ariel Helwani's show, I think yesterday, day before, trying to plead her case. I mean, did you see any of this? What did you think?
Hey, I seen the, I guess it's the ring camera footage. I didn't realize that everything was all put out on OfferUp, or I didn't follow that end of it. But I did see him come onto the porch, and they were supposed to just be grabbing a dresser. There was a box. I know he kind of trifles through the box, so he kind of knows what's in the box and then what's going on. And again, I mean, if it was sitting on the porch and she's doing the like come and grab it thing, I've done it myself. You pull up, people got a big thing that says free. You're there to grab one thing, grab
a couple more. Yeah.
If it doesn't happen in other states, I mean, it happens quite a bit in California. I mean, we put stuff on the corner that, I mean, some people would put back in their house. No sight unseen. We throw away some weird stuff just straight to the street. So I mean, it's not unseen or unknown to walk up and grab something from somebody, and there's multiple things just given away. So on one hand, I can see that, but then you get into the fact that, like she said, she talked to them for quite a bit, and or says she sent messages, or and they're both very active on social media. So the fact that one wasn't getting the messages, or the one was, what I mean? If there was messaging happening, they're both very socially active on the internet. It seems like it should have been taken care of quickly, unless one of the parties wanted to make a bigger deal of it than it really is.
Yeah, I feel like, I'm not trying to defend Ashley, but the lady just hashtagging team and everything was a bit much, right? To me, she's definitely, I feel like, more trying to get the story out there. I understand, you want your stuff back, but if it was, obviously the cops weren't called. There's no police report about this. You know what I mean? So did she steal it?
Yeah, I don't know. And then the thing about TMZ getting called, look at the bar video, 3 weeks ago? Look who got involved in that in 24 hours? So, news travels fast.
Less than 24 hours.
Yeah, it's all how you push it and what you got on your tape. If you're telling people you've got a pretty well-known female MMA star in the UFC taking stuff from your porch, it gets hits, I guess. You get numbers.
So that's pretty much it for the week. There's a lot of guys out there that are still trying to fight. Like I said, everybody trying to come forward to save 249. But everybody's on lockdown, man. We are in unprecedented times. We are going to still try to do this podcast again, I guess, next week. That we can compile together. It might be just me and Dennis rambling some more. We still got to thank our sponsors, right? We got Dependable Solutions. If you're taking
actually put a sticker together,
putting a credit card business for your to-go business, and you want to save some money on those credit card fees, make sure you hit up dependablesolutions.net. As always, we are sponsored by healthlabs.com. I don't think they're doing COVID testing, but in the future, when you are an MMA fighter and you need blood work done, make sure you go to healthlabs.com, hook yourself up.
Or maybe they will end up getting the corona antivirus testing that we're going to have to get, that you have the antibody and you can go back out in public again.
Yeah, and as always, make sure you check out My MMA News. We usually do this once a week, but they are still trying to do this every day. With what do they do? Limited stuff is going on.
Yeah, there's killer stuff still being put out there. I like the fact, was it Kyle Carroll? He's been getting tons of interviews because he's like, I'm laid up, you're laid up. Let's talk about some stuff,
But yeah, that's your quarantine show.
All right, man. Till next week. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.